And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Zach Riesesche.
And he's been on a roll during these last few months. Getting better in terms of scoring the ball and proving to be a key part of this team as we move farther along in the season.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Williams in at the 5, down low. And for the Hawks, Riesesche and Johnson, they're the forwards. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the center position. And here's LeVert for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
Knocks it down from distance.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Williams misses.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he laid straight up and in.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Daniels, and keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Quinn Snyder. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player, and we can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Nice D from Bridges. The Hornets have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Miller. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
Here's Daniels. He's looking good. 2 buckets and 3 attempts.
They're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Ball taking his time here. And Ball throws it down.
And look at Ball take off. Love seeing him use his athleticism to slam it home.
And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
Nice shot by Okogie.
Yeah, some poise under pressure there. Okogie refusing to let the D dictate his shot selection.
Here's Daniels. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. There's a minute 59 left in the first. The 3 from Ball. LeVert with a rebound.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Here's Miller. Clanks the dunk off the rim.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
Now here's Johnson. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
And that's what you get from Brandon Miller. I mean, he can really whip passes there around the court.
Here's Daniels. 15 in his last outing. And here is Williams. Ball passes to Williams. Now here's Miller. Pass to Ball. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Okogie. Rebounded by Johnson. LeVert goes against Ball. It's LeVert on the wing. Yet to see a basket.
Surefire, one-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Ball outside. Fires from deep. Atlanta with a rebound.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
That misses. Had a chance to tie it. And he drives in. And Ball throws it down.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. And so the first quarter is in the books. Hornets out in front. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Charlotte?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Ricochet in at the 3. So that's the Hawks 5. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some flack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks. Now Miller. Ball, a screen on LeVert. Miller with it. Now Okongwu defending. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Bridges. From downtown. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one. Well, you hear team execs say all the time, you're either selling wins or you're selling hope. How true is that, Brent?
Well, if you're an executive BA, just be right about whatever it is that you're selling. And you got to be realistic. I mean, fans are smart. They understand where your team is. Are you a playoff competitor? Are you young and growing? So that's hope. If you're going deep into the playoff run, you want the wins.
Daniels passes to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
A snappy pass there from Daniels. He knows moving the ball well is a big part of why he's got court time.
And Ball throws it down.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
They grabbed their own miss.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Atlanta shooting their second and third shots at the line here. The first free throw is good. And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Ball left side to the inside. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. And right here, the 2K leaderboard shows us which teams made the most of their second chance opportunities last year. 4th, the Hawks.
Second chance points were crucial to their offensive production, so they worked to maximize that strength.
Williams is checked in for Diabate. Here's LeVert. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Okogie, the pass to Miller. Unloads. They get it back. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Hornets lead by 7.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Oh, it's blocked by Williams. It's Bridges on the wing, covered by Johnson. Bridges down low. Johnson on him. Bridges misses. The Hawks have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. And here's LeVert for 3. Williams grabs the board. Charlotte leading by 7. Bridges passes to Ball. And Ball throws it down.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. Johnson on the wing. Here's Ricochet. No made baskets yet. Here's Daniels. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brett, they've won one NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Yeah, inside ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
It's Daniels with a drive. Just his fourth make in 10 tries.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Ball outside. LaMelo working inside.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And here's LeVert for three. Counted from distance. LeVert's got 5 now.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
The three from Ball. LeVert with a rebound.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Hitting his third shot in 7 looks.
This is all you can do if you're the defense. LeVert is excellent at gutting his way through physical coverage.
Here's Okogie, coming in off 12 points in his last outing. Paul cashes one in from distance.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Okongwu, a screen on Ball. LeVert goes in. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. They recover it. The three from Ricochet. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
And you see how dangerous Ricochet can be from deep, especially considering how fast his release is.
And Ball throws it down.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point. All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
The fans on the edge of their seats. On that note, Shaq, rough estimate, how many chairs have you brought? And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Hawks. And that is going to do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at LaMelo Ball in this game. He's been everywhere.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
On the court for the Hornets. Williams is out there with Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Trey Mann. Then it's Smith. And it's Green in at the three. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. B.A.?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Outside Young. With the teardrop. No good there. Hornets leading by 10. Man, Brent, when Trae Young is on the floor, his teams put up ridiculous offensive numbers. What makes Trae a difference maker?
Well, I think Trae's relentlessness as an offensive player is hard to defend. I mean, he's so quick with the basketball. He gets into the teeth of the defense and causes so many problems, B.A. He sometimes has those stretches where he becomes an offense unto himself. Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Man with it. Young's there. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on Young.
Hey, If you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
Shot from the inbound. Screen by Capella. Here's Niang. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Williams with it, and it's Young picking him up. Man hits a three-pointer. Man's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Ooh, the soft teardrop by Young.
Ooh, there's some of that sweet touch that Trae Young brings around the rim.
Outside man. Pass to Williams. And here's Nurkic. And it's Niang with a rebound.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide-open jumper, just unable to do so.
Young from long range.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Man, the pass to Nurkic. Misses from close range.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead. That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Knocked away. 1:49 left in the third quarter. His man. And the layup is good off the glass. Man's got 7 points in the game.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Niang, pass to Capella. From deep. Niang, no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Nurkic high post. Man with it, and it's Young picking him up. Left side Williams. Pass to Smith. For three. Capella with a rebound. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. 8-point game. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game with the Nets. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Niang, that's good.
And good recognition there from Trae. It's part of his role. He's got to find open guys.
Outside man. Pass to Smith. Back to man. From the arc. The rebound by Atlanta. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
One of the truly elite offensive players in the NBA. Trae Young can carry a team and more with that shooting and playmaking.
Diabate's checked in for Charlotte. Young from long range. Sinks it from distance. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Man with it. Niang's there. Some room here for Williams.
And a basket there really helps to stop the bleeding.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Young looking for an opening. Young on the drive. Drops in the layup for 2. Young's got 8.
And that's how you draw it up right there. A screen, shed the defense, quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Get up there, young fella. Sometimes as a point guard, you got to take it yourself.
Well, it's okay to be selfish when you can flush it like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for...
That takes us to the end of the third quarter. What a game. Neither team giving ground. Charlotte on top, up by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. 3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That'll be a second foul of the game. LeVert goes against Ball. LeVert passes to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Well, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
There's the screen by Johnson. Daniels passes to Johnson. Back to Daniels. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Johnson. Here's Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
And that really has to lift his teammates' spirits right now.
I'll tell you, Grant, these second chance buckets could be what this game comes down to.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Here's Miller. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the 4th.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools showing his hops on that one.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Miller pulls it in. And there's the drive. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hornets.
They feel like they have an advantage inside, and so far they have done an excellent job exploiting it.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Here's Ball. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Ball's got 19 points.
You know, when everything's clicking, Ball can steal the show, and we're seeing it right here.
Ball against LeVert. Misses in close. Charlotte leading by 4. Miller, the pass to Williams. Out to Bridges. Driving in, and it's Bridges with the jam.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Ball with a steal. Okogie on the wing. Bridges outside. And that one is stuffed right through.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Here's Daniels. Offline with a 3. Here are the Hornets with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And he lobs it up top. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Unbelievable shooting down the stretch has them sitting pretty.
1:19 left in the 4th quarter. By Ty Johnson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Here's Okongwu. And stolen by Williams.
Yeah, tried to thread it inside, but just too much congestion. Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Hornets.
And they were on fire tonight. Fantastic offensive performance, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., they really shot the ball well. I mean, their coach has to be beyond thrilled with how well they played.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for LaMelo Ball.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. The three, pure from three-point range. And the Hornets lead by 10.
Got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Okogie, the pass to Bridges. The rebound by Atlanta. And short of a miracle, they're walking out of here with a tough loss.
They fought all night. A terrific effort, but they just couldn't make enough big plays.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out.
Welcome aboard. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for him.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. R.J. Barrett is out there with Grady Dick. Then it's Barnes. Then there's Chris Boucher. And it's Ingram in at the 3 set. And for Atlanta, in the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with LeVert. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
For 3, Barrett. LeVert grabs the miss. And so LeVert will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. It's up a 3. Boucher with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The 3. The Hawks again can't hit. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, earlier I spoke with Quinn Snyder, so we started to talk about R.J. Barrett. Coach complimented him, saying he's got great energy, a great build, and he knows how to score. So I'm telling the guys to stick to him like glue and just keep the pressure on. We'll see if that high-pressure defense can shut Barrett down tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Dick. LeVert defending. Shot from the wing. No good on the shot. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Johnson kicks to LeVert. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Boy, that's just about strength right there. Karis LeVert just simply refuses to be denied.
Here's Barrett. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Daniels. He had 15 points last outing. Banked in off the glass. You know, Doris, with all the fanfare of opening night, it must be tough for the players to keep their focus.
Yeah, I think obviously there's a ton of excitement because you put the offseason to use trying to improve your skill as a player, but you love the game of basketball. It's hard not to get amped up. You know, it's just the mature players who are able to channel that in the right direction. You've got to stay with LeVert in transition. I'll tell you, if you let him outrun you, it's going to be a long night.
Okongwu with it, picked up by Barrett. Here's Daniels. What a terrific move that was. Daniels has got his second bucket of the night. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
So it's the Hawks now. The Raptors getting the bucket, and it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Now here's LeVert. Dick defending. 6 on the shot clock. Daniels passes to Okongwu.
You can see what a good defender Chris Boucher is. Yes, he has length. Yes, he has mobility, but that's all.
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there. How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Raptors trail by 4. Now Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
You know, but at this level, almost any guy can throw it down on you if you leave it wide open.
A nice shot by LeVert.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Nobody near Barnes. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Oh, my goodness. What an answer from Scotty Barnes. Drills the comeback triple. Stop it.
Out to the wing. Johnson against Barnes. And it's Johnson penetrating. And, he jams it right over Scotty Barnes. Wow.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
This is a relentless scorer who is unafraid to work on the inside. In the paint, RJ making his presence felt.
Okongwu with a screen on Barrett. Three-pointer, Daniels. Another shot. And Boucher sends it back. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Hawks lead by 2. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Barnes out there with Brandon Ingram. Then there's Chris Boucher. Then it's R.J. Barrett. And it's Dick in at the point. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on. Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players.
What a move by Ingram, taking the foul, but also getting the bucket.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
That's just a feel that you have in the pick and roll game. Really good understanding of how to break the defense down by Karras.
That's a 2 from Barnes. Okongwu grabs the board.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Three-pointer, LeVert. He misses it. He's 4 for 7 from the floor. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Ingram with it. He's picked up by Boucher. And the dunk by Boucher.
Well, you can see Chris Boucher's got excellent vertical. Makes that finish look easy.
Three-pointer, LeVert. A second chance effort. Here's Okongwu. Ingram with the steal. Inside, here's Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Caris LeVert.
Boy, the defense tight inside, but Barnes just persevering.
The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA. He had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a leap. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Here's Ingram, and he banks in the layup. Ingram's got the lead up to 2 now for the Raptors.
And loving when Ingram uses that length down low, not settling for the jumper.
Trains it from beyond the arc.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Barrett kicks to Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And what an athlete Ingram is. Elevates up in the air with such ease for the dunk.
Good on the bucket. Levert's got 11 points. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And Barrett slams it in.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction. Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Three-pointer, Daniels. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Now, here's Barrett. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Barnes. And the layup's good off the glass. And now it's a three-point Raptor lead.
And right where he wants to be. It's so dangerous letting Barnes get inside like that.
Johnson with it. 50 seconds left to play here in the half. LeVert from outside. Second-chance shot. And there's the nice layup by Okongwu. Okongwu's now got his second basket of the night.
Well, just it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more. Creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
More and more, we see Ingram attack on the drive and convert it. His length and skill allow him to do so many things.
Here's Daniels. Dives to the hoop.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Barnes with it. He's picked up by LeVert. Right wing. Johnson against Boucher. And here's Barnes for three. A rebound by Johnson. LeVert with it. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. LeVert's got 7 points here in this quarter. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games. Scoring one.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
Room. We're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Their work on the glass has been superb tonight, chasing down every miss there, Ernie. That's their...
All right, guys, let's swing it. And that is...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Doris, I know the NBA is considering using technology to help officiate out of bounds and goaltending. Do you have a problem with that?
You know, Kev, at the end of the day, I think it is about getting the calls right. If there's a way to lift the load off these officials, even if it's around the margins, why not try it?
They've got George Niang. Also, Terrence Mann is out there. Trae Young is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Krejci in at the 2. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Here's Quickly. The rebound by Niang.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Young, right side. And the layup is good. And the Hawks lead by 5.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you'll find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Boy, you love that play by Quickly. This guy can score or make plays for teammates.
Young against Quickly. Shoots the three. Mobo with the rebound.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. They lead by 1. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Pass to Mobo. And that one is hammered home. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism for a big man? Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
And Pirtle has it in the corner. Lets it go with a three. And he's good on the three ball. Mobo's got 5 points so far.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Niang kicks to Young. There's a screen. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. In the corner, it's Capella. Pirtle with the steal. Man passes to Niang. Nailed from three-point land. Niang's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Pass to Pirtle. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Here's Abaji. Back to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, I know he doesn't have to get too high to slam it home, but it doesn't take away from the force and the message sent on the dunk.
Young taking his time here. He takes it in. Count that bucket. Young's got his second bucket.
And this has just been back and forth all game.
Break since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021. The Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Young inside. Quickly covering. They set the pick. Here's Niang. On the wing, man. To the inside. Pirtle with the steal. Unhindered, going all the way. They get the rebound. Pass to Quickly. Here's Battle. Capella covering. 5 on the clock. Takes a three. And that one's good. Battle. Battle's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Young outside. Launches it from deep. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Young finds Capella. Back to Young. Shot to stop the run. Bangs home the trifecta. 7 points for Trae Young.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Pirtle misses from close range. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So for Toronto right now, we've got Chris Boucher. Scotty Barnes is out there with Ingram. Then there's Dick, and it's Barrett at the two-guard spot.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here is Daniels, down low. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down to 3 points. Nice bucket there from Okongwu.
there's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
And that one, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Riza in the corner. And here's LeVert. Hits the three-point bomb.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Here's Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Here's Barrett. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of the season.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. Seeing some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. LeVert brings the double team. Boucher. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Jalen Johnson.
Well, you see Boucher willing to take a hit if it means getting to the free throw line. Nice job, Chris.
And so Boucher nails both of them. The Hawks trail by 4. On the wing, Daniels. Barrett covering. Over to the left wing. Okongwu with the screen for Riza. Drops in the layup for 2.
Possessing good size and impressive versatility. The rookie, Riza, looking comfortable operating inside.
Barrett the pass to Dick. Out to Barrett. From the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Okongwu. Out left to the wing. Now Riza. Shot clock at 6. Here's Johnson. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Onside, Barrett. Driving inside. And Barrett slams it in.
One thing you know about RJ, if there's a shot to be taken, even in a big-time moment, he will step in.
And going out of bounds. And the last touch by Barnes. We've got 1:55 left in the 4th quarter. LeVert up top. To the paint. Here's Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
And Barrett the bucket on the assist from Ingram. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Undaunted by the moment, R.J. Barrett with the delivery.
Here's Daniels. And Boucher sends it back. Tries again. Ingram deciding where to go with it. .07 left in the game. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Toronto.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
The other thing that jumps out about their performance tonight, the amount of steals really pressuring those ball handlers.
Onside, Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
R.J. Barrett at a critical juncture, no hesitation. Wow.
Daniels with it. To the middle. Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Johnson to screen. Three-pointer, LeVert. And it's Ingram with the rebound. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Third personal. Team's third.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Barrett. And so it's the Raptors winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances. Thank you for that, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David
Clark. These two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. We've got Chris Boucher. Barnes is out there with Brandon Ingram. Then it's R.J. Barrett, and it's Dick in at the point guard position. Now here's Ball. Miller finds Ball. There's the drive. Left side, Williams. 5 to shoot. Miller. Back to Williams. And there's the screen. Here's Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
How about that burst and bounce from Bridges on the throwdown as he rolled right by the defender?
Okogie, the pass to Ball. Miller against Barrett. Back to Ball. Miller, a screen on Barnes. Here's Ball. Barnes with the rebound.
Changed his mind during the layup. You can't be indecisive there. Tried to pull off another shot and missed it. Indecisiveness is never good when you're shooting the basketball.
The Hornets have gone 1 for 3 so far. Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
Now here's Ball. From outside the arc. Can't hit that one.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
And here's Ingram outside. Offensive board.
Man, such a presence in close. Barnes fighting through the whistle and getting his.
Toronto shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Both free throws good from Barnes. You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, B.A. I mean, we've seen an elevated intensity from him on that end. Finding more denials, attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper. Among the best ball handlers in the league, for sure. LaMelo, right to the rack.
Outside Dick. Ingram with a screen on Ball. Here's Dick. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
The reverse slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display.
Yes, sir, power and grace. That had it all. And there's the athletic grace of LaMelo Ball. Poetic.
The Raptors with a lead. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how Coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them, guys.
Allie, thank you.
And with Barrett, we know he can score the ball. Now he must focus on becoming a better passer and facilitator.
Up top, Miller, covered by Ingram. Ball against Ingram. That doesn't go either for Ball. Toronto leading by 3. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
An all-out hustle from Barnes, running the floor to get the bucket.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Ball left side. And Ball throws it down.
Now That's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now here's Ball. 6 points for him. Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
Outside Dick. And Grady Dick gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Here's Ball. And that's his fourth bucket of the game in 7 attempts.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Barrett can't hit.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Now here's Boucher. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Bridges against Barnes. And Bridges here.
Oh, my goodness, that was quick.
What a nasty finish.
And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants him to take another look at the monitor.
Defensive foul. Grady Dick.
And even with the coach's challenge,
Second team foul. At the line for your Hornets.
after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
What's up?
That's good from Bridges.
In addition to being a talented scorer, Bridges also gets a good amount of board work done, too. He's a terrific all-around player.
Barrett passes to Dick. Left side, Barrett. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. LaMelo Ball getting it done. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Hornets.
I really like how they're knifing inside with confidence, exploiting any openings they see in the defense, taking advantage.
Another thing that's gone well for them is the mid-range jumper. It's been falling with ease so far.
Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams. And it's Okogie in at the three. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offensive transition and just leads me to stay in lockdown throughout the game, right?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Barrett can't hit. Charlotte leading by 6. And right away, Brandon Miller showed that he was a star in the making, Grant.
Yeah, he's a 3-level scorer, B.A. He's very fluid as a player, and he makes the game look so easy. And he hasn't even grown into his body yet.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. Barnes goes in. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. They retain possession. Back to Ball. Pass to Miller. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Squads that love to run. Last year's team leaders in fast break points. Number 1, the Raptors.
If this team had a chance to push it last season, they did. The best fast break team in the league.
Dick with it, pounded by Ball. Back to Dick. Gets some space and buries the jumper. Dick's got 9.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Ball, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Grady Dick picks one up, and the creative LaMelo Ball. Anytime he touches the rock, Clark, you expect a highlight reel play. How fun is he?
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch. He's so uber creative, and he's got a flash and a flair to his game, but he's highly skilled and fundamentally sound, too. That's the one part that sometimes can be lost amidst all the flash, but he's a fun guy to watch hoop, that's for sure.
Now here's Ball. He's got 14. Out to Bridges. 3-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. Bridges has got 5 points now this quarter.
No hesitation from Bridges there. He knows exactly when he should look to shoot it off the catch.
Outside for Boucher. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Miller outside. 4-3. Rebounded by Ingram.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Great open look there. He's got 7.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Ball looks over the floor. Out to Bridges. This one for 3. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 4th assist in this one. Raptors trail by 8. Ingram on the wing. He's guarded by Bridges. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Ingram clearly on the attack there, not allowing the defense to do anything with that dunk.
And Grady Dick gets the whistle that time. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
We're not even at halftime, and already he's got 4 fouls. They're definitely going to have to limit his minutes the rest of the way.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Ball outside. They set the pick. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Dick. Toronto has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Well, with the Hornets, they're still seeking their first NBA title, Clark.
Yep, and you think about all the talent that's come through the Queen City, BA. Playoff success has eluded them. I mean, hopefully it's just a matter of time before their fans have something to cheer about.
BA, I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he didn't miss it. I don't mind taking a chance. Spruce it up a little bit.
With the windmill, too. Turning this place upside down.
Everybody looks stunned.
Boy, I tell you what, as well they should be, Kevin. I mean, that was one extravagant finish.
Now here's Barnes. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram. Barnes has got his 2nd basket on the night.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Here's Ball. He takes it in. And Ball throws it down.
Ball showing a lot of effervescence on the offensive end, and it's probably infectious for the rest of his squad.
He's on a roll in this quarter. The defense better be careful.
Williams with the screen. 24 seconds left in the first half. There's Ball with a 3. Rebounded by Ingram. And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Their last encounter in Toronto.
And last time out, they seized the advantage with their defensive pressure. They did a great job of just forcing a lot of turnovers.
And that really was the difference. I mean, it requires a ton of energy to play that harassing style. It it'll be interesting to see if they can do it again tonight.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Charlotte on top, leading by 5. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Come one, come all. The 2K half.
Taking a look at the Raptors, they don't get their home opener until next game. But tonight, they start this new season on the road, kind of like Kenny.
And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Raptors.
They're getting bullied on the defense.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. If you look at LaMelo Ball in this game, he's been everywhere.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. They've got Emmanuel quickly, and it's Mobo in at the 4. Just 5 on the clock. Williams knocks down the 3. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Outside, Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Battle. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And stolen by Green. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. The 3, Smith knocks down the triple. Smith's got 5 now.
They haven't missed a beat coming out of the locker room. A perfect 4 for 4.
And how about the Aussie Josh Green? An athletic wing. He's become a real threat from outside.
And I like that he's added that to his game because he gives you all the intangibles. He's a physical presence. He's an excellent defender. He moves well without the ball. When he's knocking down threes, it takes him to another level as an offensive player. He's got a chance to be a really special player going forward.
The 3 from Quickly. The putback. It's good on the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. BA step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Diabate. Outside man. Smith outside. It's stolen. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Quickly. Lays it up and banks it in.
That'll definitely steal away some momentum, stripping them of the ball and then grabbing the bucket.
Picked by Smith. Man, the pass to Smith. Boy, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. He's got 7.
Yeah, great idea there. He set Smith up and let him knock him down.
Quickly. And he goes in for the dunk.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And there it is for him.
They have not attempted as many threes here in the second half, which I'm scratching my head about. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Smith outside. Williams with the screen. A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 9 points now in the second half.
If Smith plays bigger than his size, he's got great bounce, and it helps him make plays there on the inside.
Here's Battle. Diabate grabs the board.
Uh-oh. Changed his mind on the way up and tricked himself.
Smith passes to Williams. Smith. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Hornets lead by 13.
Great work on the glass. That kind of hustle play to really energize and galvanize a team.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Lets it go from deep. Diabate's shot is good. Diabate's got 5 points now in the quarter. Just 4 seconds left in the third. Here's Battle. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Raptors trail by 14. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Josh Okogie is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Williams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Hornets 5. Pass to Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Defense having really no effect on Bridges. He just keeps producing with no sign of slowing down.
And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
He's lighting them up. Tough to strategize a comeback when you're being run over.
And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
There's Ball with a three, and Charlotte another three.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Williams grabs the board. Charlotte leading by 18. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Ball outside. Just 5 to shoot. Williams misses. Raptors trail by 18. Ooh, poked away. Dick, the pass to Boucher. The rebound by Bridges. Bridges has got 5 rebounds tonight. Now Ball takes a three. Drops in the three. Ball's got 24 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And Ball will bring it up here for Charlotte. Pass to Williams. Now here's Ball. Guarded by Dick. Ball against Ingram. Miller, the pass to Ball. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. Miller can't get it to go. Raptors trail by 21. It's Barrett on the wing. Pass to Ingram. Outside Barrett.
2 minutes.
Back to Ingram. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hornets. There's a minute 54 left in the game. And Grady Dick gets the whistle that time. That'll be foul number 5 on him. And we hear about the unwritten rules of sports sometimes, Clark. What are some of those in the NBA?
Well, you try not to ever foul an airborne player. I think most players are really sensitive to that. Don't disrespect the other team. Be professional and sportsmanlike when you've got a margin of victory that doesn't need to be added on to. In other words, don't run up the score. Don't try to get numbers for the sake of numbers. Play the game, play to win, and do it with respect at all times.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
Raptors trail by 19.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Hornets.
Absolute fireworks display. High-scoring game. They were unstoppable, Grant.
Yeah, just relentless from start to finish. And the pace was furious. Ultimately, they wore out the other team.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And with this victory, they have an edge in the season series at 2-1, with one more game to follow against this team.
They've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for LaMelo Ball.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Well, Grant, it's obvious who's been in control of this game.
You know, you really have to appreciate their relentlessness.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass the ball. Puts up a deep 3. Rebound, Toronto. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they start...
2. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for him.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Rizushea and Johnson. Daniels out there with LeVert. And it's Okongwu in at the center position. And for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the small forward.
Yeah, if you give Rizushea a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Oh, and there's the foul. It's on Josh Okogie. That's his first foul. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
And you can tell Rizushea has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
Now, here's Ball. Pass to Miller. Tipped away. 6 to shoot. Now, here's Ball. He's covered by Daniels. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got his second bucket of the night.
He's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Now, here's Ball. He's covered by Daniels. Miller, the pass to Ball. No good from outside. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Grizzlies. Here's LeVert. Rebound by Williams. The Hornets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. It's stolen by Johnson. And even 3-on-3 break. Three-pointer, LeVert. Another 3 for Atlanta.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor it.
Now, here's Ball. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Miller. And he drives in. Williams passes to Miller. 5 to shoot. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Karis LeVert.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
Maybe that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game, for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. Ball from long range. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. Hey, Coach, it's NBA opening night, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
Showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
LeVert against Ball. Okongwu.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Pass to Okogie. On the wing, Bridges, who's guarded by Johnson. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Johnson with a screen on Ball. Nifty move. And Johnson lays it in.
Good awareness from Daniels there to read the floor and see the ready scorer.
Ball with it. He's picked up by Rizashea.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now Daniels, 5 points in the game. Pass to LeVert, launches it. The Hornets pull it in. Here's Okogie, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Hawks lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Karis LeVert is out there with Daniels. And it's Rizashea in at the 3, the small forward. And Rizashea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
Took him no time at all on that one. Daniels has got 7. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Williams has a screen for Ball. Pass to Bridges. Drills the three-pointer. He has 5.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
The Hornets trail. Okogie, the pass to Williams. Charlotte moving it around. Bridges against Johnson. Left side, Ball. Ball sets a screen for Bridges. It's deflected. Daniels with it. 7 points in the game. Bridges with the board. Hornets have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Miller against LeVert. Miller kicks to Ball. Bridges outside. And there's the drive, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
Here's Okongwu, and Okongwu slams it in.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Ball dishes to Miller. Bridges sets the screen for Miller. There's the drive. They grab their own miss. Williams passes to Miller. Williams a screen on LeVert. Here's Miller, and Miller throws it down hard.
And Miller moves well for a guy his size and finds the shot there off the drive.
Daniels from outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Daniels has got 10 points.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Out to Bridges. Back to Ball. On the wing, Bridges. Bridges missing again.
He hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And here's Daniels. 10 points for him. Okongwu a screen. Releases. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Young player, but a smart player. You see it there in the two-man game from Daniels.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Bridges outside. Bridges missing again. The Hawks leading by 4. Here is Daniels. 12 points for him. Inside. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Ball with it. He's picked up by LeVert. Looking to end the run. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
It's solid at just cutting through the defense. Give Bridges a lane, and he'll make you pay.
Now Daniels. Kicks it out to Johnson. Rizajay with it. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Atlanta. They're up by 4. We'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
It's the Los Angeles Lakers into the fourth quarter now, and they've got a 6-point hole to climb out of.
Love the action in that one so far.
And guys, the Charlotte Hornets are in an even game.
We need a department store intercom. Attention all ballers, attention all ballers.
And that'll do it for...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen, the best three-point shooter or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
Williams is out there with Green. And it's Smith. Then it's Trey Mann. And it's Diabate in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we're just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years. A lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
They kick it out to Green. Hits it from three-point range. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Aston Yang. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Charlotte has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. A shot by Diabate. No good. It's stolen by Green. And here's Smith. Back to Green. Here's Diabate. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Screen by Capella. Here's Mann. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 3.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And foul on the shot. Folks, the coach's challenge has been
First team foul. At the line for 2.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
the wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Important points there. Got them on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Mann. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Mann's got 5 points so far. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Green, the screen. Fires for three. Hornets now working with the new shot clock. Williams kicks to Green. A three-pointer, no good. The Hawks leading by 5. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Krejci and the three off target.
2 minutes.
Hornets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Smith's shot is good.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
Here's Mann, defended by Mann. Pass to Gay. Back to Capella. Shot clock at 2. Screen by Niang. Gay's shot is good.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Hornets trail by 5. Over to the wing. Back to Green. And Green slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Offensive rebound. Pass to Krejci. Screen by Niang. To the inside. Misses the baby hook.
Oh, you gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go waste.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Hornets shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Grant Williams, 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Mann, defended by Mann. Mann passes to Capella. Back to Mann. Floats one, and that's 2 points on the layup. Mann's got his third bucket of the night. Hornets trail by 4.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
Here's Mann. No good on the 3. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Hawks. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talk.
Let's just keep playing with the same intensity.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And so in the game for the Hawks, the front court is Rizuche and Johnson. Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Okongwu into the foul. Bridges kicks to Williams. Here's Miller. Here he goes. And it's Miller with the jam.
And using his length to come right off the drive into the hoop there. Big time move by Miller.
Here's Okongwu. Williams with the block. Here's Okogie. Miller outside to take the lead. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. They push it up 4 on 3. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Okongwu.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Charlotte shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Out to Bridges. Driving the lane, and he hammers that one right down into the face of Jalen Jackson.
That's what a star talent does. If Bridges wants to fulfill his potential, he's got to attack. Use that quick first step.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Outside Williams. Now, here's Bridges. Out to Miller. Here's LeVert. And that one off the back of the rim and in. LeVert's got it all tied up now for Atlanta. The Hornets on offense. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Out to Bridges. Bridges missing again.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Johnson. Here is Daniels. He's covered by Ball. And that one's good. Daniels.
Great to see things coming together for Daniels offensively. He's found a good flow here.
Ball, the pass to Bridges. Here's Okogie. Outside, Ball. Clock at 6. And Ball slams it in.
And that is a big-time basket. LaMelo entered the league at 19 with such high expectations. This young man Ball is used to the spotlight.
Driving to the basket. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to.
Ball dishes to Bridges. Looking to get back on track here. And Bridges jams it in.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
He takes it in. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Left side, Ball. There's Okogie. Outside, Ball. Gets the 3 to fall.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Here's Ricochet. Count it.
Assertive play by Ricochet. Not every rookie is ready to shoulder the big moment.
Outside, Ball. Going inside. Count it.
And Ball ready for these moments, showing he wants the rock in his hands.
That's good from Ball.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
32 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Well, look, you need a bucket, go to him. This is exactly what he's built to do.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Now, here's Ball. He's guarded closely. Into the lane. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Bridges. Oh, missed it. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Off the inbound pass.
And just a perfectly designed play. Anytime you can get a dunk on the inbound, you know the X's and O's were in the right spot.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
And they actually could take a three here and go for the win if they want to. I think they'll try and send it to overtime. The defenders don't want to foul in this situation, so you should be able to get a good look inside.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll be back shortly. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. Bridges misses. Atlanta has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And Okongwu slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Pass to Miller. They get a hand on it. Outside, Ball. 6 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple. The Hawks leading. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. And another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts. So, Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different in so many ways. The players have gotten better. Bigger, faster, more skilled. There's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence, so there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is.
Now, here's Ball. He's covered by Daniels. Williams sets a screen for Miller. Pass to Okogie. Outside, Ball. Here's Okogie. The 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And Ball is a proven distributor. He's got a real talent for spotting the cracks in the D.
For Atlanta, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop so far in overtime. Daniels passes to Okongwu, and a missed layup. And here's Miller. We'll bring it up for the Hornets. And Miller throws it down hard.
Already, Miller showing he has no problem in the big moments. How about the gut from that young man?
Okongwu gets to Daniels. High, arcing shot. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold, that's not not going to happen. It doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Johnson, another shot. Tries it again. Yes!
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Bridges outside. Stuart Kobe. Money!
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball. And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points, or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
And here's Daniels. Takes it inside. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Now, here's Ball. He's covered closely. Now, Miller. And so, we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now, we're headed to overtime. And as we play on into another overtime, you know these teams must be wearing down. It's become a battle of attrition. Here we go. Daniels with it. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Daniels has got 26 points.
Well, Daniels has good length, so this goes in. He can use that to his advantage.
Jalen Johnson. First personal foul. First team foul.
And that one falls for Bridges.
Miles Bridges taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Bridges.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Down low, here's Johnson. And Okongwu has it in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Charlotte's gone 7-15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Miller outside. Out to Bridges. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Williams. And they force a shot clock violation. Great team.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Here is Daniels. Okongwu with screens. Williams with the block. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's a Kobe. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Outside ball. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Daniels, no good. Charlotte in the lead. Now, here's Bridges. To the wing on the left. Bridges a screen on Levert. Just 5 to shoot. Ball from long range. Rebound by the Hawks.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
You can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Miller. There's the lob to Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Here's a Kogi. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
Three-pointer, LeVert. No good on that one. So it's Charlotte picking up the win. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep.
like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
Well, you know, B.A., for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Risacher and Johnson, they're the forwards. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Okongwu in at the center position. Now here's Barrett. Clock at 4. Okongwu with the rebound.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
The kick out to Johnson. LeVert outside. Fires the 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Barrett with it. Now Okongwu defending. Pass to Barnes. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Controls the rebound and the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Here's LeVert. Up and in on the layup. LeVert's got 5 now.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Soft touch off the glass.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Daniels. And here's Okongwu for 3. Rebounded by Ingram. And Brandon Ingram was the key piece of the Anthony Davis trade. That move changed his career, Brent.
No doubt about it. B.I. won the most improved player of the year in his first season away from the Lakers. So sometimes that change of scenery can open up opportunity and get you a chance to show your excellence.
For Toronto, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Barrett. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Tipped away. And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. They trail by 1.
And that's a good heads-up play there from RJ.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. LeVert with the ball. Now guarded by Barrett. LeVert goes against Barrett. The kick out to Johnson. Into the lane. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
What an athlete Jalen Johnson is. You see how explosive he can be on the drive.
2 minutes left in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside Barrett. They set a pick. Outside for Ingram. 1:50 left in the first quarter. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
That's a nice-looking jump shot. Ingram has shortened his motion since entering the league, and it's paying dividends.
Here's Daniels. No good on the 3. For Toronto, they've gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. It's rebounded by Risacher. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And out on the wings, Zach Risacher has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. Barnes feeling it out a bit. And the foul called on Karis LeVert. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Hawks. Outside Ingram. There's the 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Ingram's got 7 points.
They expect Brandon Ingram to give them a constant inside-outside threat. He's got to go ahead from three-point line whenever he wants it.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Here's Barrett. Here he goes. And a homecoming of sorts for R.J. Barrett last season after being traded to his hometown Raptors.
Yeah, he's played well in Toronto. You wonder if the offseason helps him settle into where it is that he knows he's going to start this year. I really like his three-point shooting. That has been much improved in that Raptor uniform. You can see the focus here from R.J. Barrett. He brings a subtle intensity to his game on both ends of the floor.
And Barnes the bucket on the assist by Barrett.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
Here's Daniels. Fires in the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
The Raptors have gone 6 of 11 so far. Ingram, the pass to Boucher. It's Barnes on the wing. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Barnes has got his second bucket on the night.
And matching the three from the other end, Barnes giving no ground.
Here's Daniels. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The three, Barrett. And again, Toronto with a triple.
They've been... a more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
And so it's Toronto, leading by... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. You know, you take a look at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense out of the way. Wow. Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Here's Barrett. The rebound by Atlanta. Last time they met in Atlanta.
They got crushed the last time they faced this team, and they only have themselves to blame.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
Oh, it's blocked by Barnes.
There's the length. Tough to get over Scotty Barnes.
Outside Dick. Boucher outside. And here's Barnes. He's got 5. Rebounded by Johnson. It's LeVert on the wing. Okongwu, a screen on Barrett. LeVert passes to Okongwu. Here's the 3. And it's Toronto with a rebound. Barrett's got 4 rebounds in the game. After years of competing for championships and winning one, Toronto is suddenly in a rebuild phase, Brent.
Yeah, they had a familiar roster for many years, and then last couple of years a little bit underperforming, trying to find some guys to stabilize where their franchise is going. It's a bit of a reset in Toronto.
Daniels, that one's true.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Now here's Dick. He's checked by LeVert. And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in.
And that's the way it should be. Ingram aggressive to the rack.
Hawks trail by 3. Down low. Here's Okongwu. Pass to Rizachet. Johnson a screen on Ingram.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Ingram with a screen on LeVert. Outside for Ingram. Takes the 3. Rebound Atlanta.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. throughout the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. And stolen by Barrett. And a fast break now for the Raptors. Here's Boucher, and finished off by Boucher.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Daniels passes to LeVert. There's a minute 34 left in the first half of this one. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And LeVert is a tremendous athlete. Once he gets into the lane, he's terrific at finding ways to finish.
Counted.
If the defender is giving him that much space, the points are inevitable.
It's LeVert on the wing. Guarded by Dick. Got a piece of it. Okongwu, pass to Johnson. Back to Okongwu. The kick out to Johnson. Clock at 6. LeVert outside. Rebounded by Ingram.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Here's Boucher. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Okongwu. Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Going inside. Gets it to go. His second make in 6 tries.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Pass to Ingram. "15 seconds left in the second period. Back to Barrett. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. Toronto shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Free throw drops for Barrett. LeVert outside. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Raptors out in front. They lead by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. 3rd quarter action in just a bit.
And just to throw you guys a little curveball here, what's your take on the alternate floor designs teams are using these days? And let's talk about the first half we've seen. R.J. Barrett taking the reins in this one.
He's been very, very good in the first half.
Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Jakob Poeltl, and it's Mobo in at the 4. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. One place Clint Capella really knows how to throw his weight around is on the glass, Brent.
Yeah, it's been a little while, BA, since Clint Capella has led the league in rebounding, and of course that was a little bit different offensive system, but he has the size and the instincts still to go up and get the ball off the rim or from lob passes to be effective inside.
Here's Mann, takes it inside. He nails it, and we're tied.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
The 3 from Quickly. Unable to get that one. The Hawks shooting has been good. 54% on this one. For the lead. Pure from 3-point range.
For 3.
And now a 3-point Atlanta lead.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Here's Poeltl. And the dunk by Poeltl.
I mean, for Poeltl, the rim is right there. He just hops up to put it down.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 3 in this second half. Man, the pass to Capella. Back to Mann. And the foul called on Emmanuel Quickly. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First game foul.
Here's Gay. Banked it in off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 3.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Battle. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his first.
Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there's so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
And for him, that is an ugly trip to the line. Rarely do you see him do that.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Capella, now off the inbound.
Using that length, Pirtle affecting the shot.
Misses off the inbound. Back to Quickly. Pass to Pirtle. And the layup is good. Pirtle's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
The drive by Man. Oh, rejected by Pirtle.
Pirtle, a very skilled defender, using that size and length to send that one back.
It's stolen by Pirtle. Here's Agbaji. Finished off the break. Agbaji's gotten his first bucket of the night.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Here's Man. And he banks in the layup. And so Quickly will bring it up for the Raptors. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face him. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand. Fires for 3. On target from range. Battle's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And that one's good. Quickly. And now a 4-point Raptor lead.
And overwhelming the defense here with the speed. Quickly, so dangerous in the open floor.
Capella screen on Quickly. Man. And he dunks it down.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire. I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Pass to Mobo. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession. Here's Agbaji. And it's rejected. Out of bounds as Toronto keeps possession. 5 on the clock. Here's Quickly. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Quickly's got his second basket of the game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Man. Second chance shot. There's the triple. Rebound Toronto. And now the Raptors on the break. Stolen by Capella. Gets it off. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. That concludes the third quarter. It could. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for Atlanta, Ricochet and Johnson, they're the forwards. Tyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. Dick with it, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight. I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but you still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Ingram. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Well, when Ingram gets the ball on the inside, his length can really help him out to create shot opportunities.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Okongwu, a screen on Barrett. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
This is when you need a defensive presence, but it's just not happening.
I'm looking out there trying to find one guy at least interested in playing defense, not that last possession.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Okongwu, a screen on Barrett. Daniels passes to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
He does that so well. At his size, he's always a threat to throw it down.
Here's Barrett on the take. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
RJ does such a nice job of just changing his speeds out there. And when he does that and hits the right angle, he'll score.
Barnes against Johnson. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes. The Raptors have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth.
RJ Barrett wanting the ball and coming through. That was critical.
Here's Daniels, guarded by Barrett. The 3 is up. He drains it. Made half his shots. He's 5 for 10 now.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Ingram, the pass to Boucher. Pass to Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Onyeka Okongwu.
Gigantic basket by Barnes. This guy's not afraid.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
These guys have incredible stamina based on how they've been running the floor, using speedy transition play to get fast break points.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out, they're getting up extra shots. It could be a difference maker in the result.
And here's Ingram from the arc. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Here's Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet is already advanced with
And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge. Make them take another look at the call.
At the line for the Hawks, Ricochet taking 2 shots. This play is under review under NBA rules.
Even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look. So the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. Coach had a clear message for his team. He said, quote, let's finish the job out there. It's ours for the taking if we can just get it done. So it sounds like he's hoping they can close out this game strong, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Ricochet does things with the ball in his hands that not many of these rookies can do. And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
Boucher a screen on Okongwu. Boucher outside. Back to Ingram. Cash.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Here's Daniels, guarded by Barrett. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And by missing that free throw, now a 3 could even the score. Not ideal.
Here's Dick. Money.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
And an intentional foul right there.
That's his third personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Some padding here on the free throw line, some good work.
Pass to LeVert. Okongwu, a screen on Ingram. And here's LeVert for 3. And it's Boucher with the rebound.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Now Barrett. The 3 is up. The shot no good. LeVert outside. Yes!
Assist goes to Karis LeVert.
So the Raptors win it. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great... All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie.
Visiting Charlotte Hornets.
Hi, everyone. We're coming. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Josh Green.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3. And for the Raptors, Barnes out there with Chris Boucher. Then it's Ingram. Then it's Barrett. And it's Dick in at the point. And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Dick. Deflects the pass. Bridges with the steal. Miller. And Miller throws it down hard.
Oh, easy money for Miller. He just generates offense.
And you know, Brandon Miller may not have the experience, Doris, so far in the NBA, but boy, does he have a feel for the game.
And Kevin, that to me is something you can't teach. The ability at a young age to read situations well. He can mix his pace. He can create his own space for his shot. The game has already seemed to slow down for this young guy.
And here's Charlotte. Ball with a wide open look. A putback. Here's Williams. Out to Miller. Outside, Ball. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
Well, LaMelo, Ball in the catch-and-shoot game. He says, I can get off the ball as well.
Barrett finds Ingram. Barrett with this screen on Bridges. For 3, Ingram. And the Raptors miss again. Hornets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Bridges shot good.
Oh, it's exactly what you want to see from Miles Bridges. Assert himself, use that frame to convert through contact. Oh my goodness, that was electric. RJ Barrett with a little flash.
Ball sets a screen for Bridges. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Dick can't get it to go.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Scotty Barnes. That is his first foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Outside, Ball. And he banks in the layup. Ball's got 5. Here we are, Greg, in game 1 of the NBA season. How does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
Both free throws good for Ingram. And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner in 2023.
And Kevin, with that ownership change, there's always a transition period. And it may take a while for the Hornets to find success. But there are some reasons for optimism, and you begin with the young point guard.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Charlotte.
How about the ferocity we have seen from them on defense? I mean, they're looking to contest every shot that goes up.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Here's Ball after R.J. Barrett's bucket. Lets it go from deep. Ball no good. Raptors trail by 7. Dick finds Ingram. To the middle. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. Number 1, the Raptors.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
Ball with it. Dick defending. Out to Bridges. Back to Ball. Bridges against Barnes. Shot clock at 6. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Miles Bridges up in the air above the rim. That is a show. Look out below.
For 3, Barrett connects from three-point range. Barrett's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Ball kicks to Miller. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Ball, a screen on Barrett. Back to Ball. From outside the arc. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Ball's got 10 points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Here's Dick. He's covered by Ball. Now Dick. And stolen by Miller. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Charlotte in control with a 9-point lead to end. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys. We've been watching from the Hornets.
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
On the court for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's a Kogi in at the small forward. Raptors trail by 9. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself.
All right, Scotty Barnes showing us you want to be in the dunk contest, young sir.
Bridges misses. Dick finds Barrett. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Now, here's Ball. Dick defending. Ball, the pass to Miller. There's the pick. Back to Ball. 4 on the clock. The 17-footer. And the Hornets miss again.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Dick can't get it to go. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Grizzlies. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Wow, the opportunistic Bridges sees you falling asleep defensively. Up and over the top he goes.
One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Ingram. Ball kicks to Miller. There's the 3. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Well, the big-time answer by Brandon Miller.
Toronto's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Barnes outside. Out to the right wing. No one near Boucher as he lets it go. No good on the 3. Hornets leading by 7. Here's Bridges. Pass to Williams. Charlotte moving it around. Here's a Kogi. Boucher defending. Here's a Kogi. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Dick. Ingram deciding where to go with it. shot from the low post is good. Ingram's got 5 points now this quarter.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
There is just such enthusiasm, such a love for the game with LaMelo. Shot after shot going down.
There at the pass to Boucher. 1:33 left in the first half of basketball. Dick up top. He's covered by Ball. For the three. Barnes. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, that's Scotty Barnes doing one of the things he does best, getting after the offensive glass.
Outside, Ball. Driving in, and Ball slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Ingram setting a pick for Barrett. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review.
At the line for your Raptors, R.J. Barrett.
Review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
I think one of the things I most admire about R.J. Barrett's game, he can do a little bit of everything. He can score it, board it, pass it at a high level. This young man can play the game.
Now, here's Ball. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Give it up once again for your Northside crew.
Raptors trail by 11. Here's Ingram. The kick out to Barnes. Lays it up and banks it in. Barnes has got 6 points.
Barnes so physical inside. He can beat you down there as well.
Out to Bridges. Lets the three fly. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we finish one half of basketball. Hornets lead by 9. We've got more in store for you right after this.
35. Fans, direct your attention to center court.
It's the Denver Nuggets in the second quarter now, with the score still very close.
This game could really go either way.
And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the Charlotte Hornets.
The way they...
And that about wraps it.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
You've got Jakob Poeltl, and it's battle in at the 2. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. Out to the right wing. And that's a foul called on Josh Green. That's his first foul. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes it's a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Raptors trail by 6. Here's Battle beyond the arc. And again, Toronto with the triple.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
And taking a look now at the stats for Williams, how he did last season. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And it's nice to be able to bring someone with his defensive skill set off the bench.
I think, in fact, to win a championship, you usually need a guy like this on your roster.
Here's Battle. Quickly looking it over. Pass to Mobo. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Hornets leading by 3. Smith for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
For 3.
Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
With the drive, Quickly up and in on the layup. Quickly's got 5.
Well, these coaches have told Emmanuel Quickly to be aggressive. Good things happen when he attacks.
Here's Mann, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail.
Under NBA rules, the officials will have 2 minutes to
Getting
review
a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And that one falls for Mann. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Now, here's Quickly. He's guarded closer. Abaji, the pass to Quickly. Pass to Mobo. Fires from deep. Rebound by Smith. Hornets leading by 7. To the paint. Here's Diabate. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Diabate, 2 shots.
He's off on the second. Toronto's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's the screen. Here's Abaji, and he gets it to go.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Mann passes to Williams. Back to Mann. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
The Hornets have gone 1 of 3 at the line here.
Shooting for Charlotte, Trey Mann.
Both free throws good from Mann.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Here's Battle. We've got 1:55 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. It's stolen by Green. Here's Diabate. From the arc. And Pirtle pulls it down. Raptors trail by 7. Doris, what this team likes about Jakob Pirtle, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin? To me, this young man has a nuanced understanding of the game. He sees the floor, so that means at his size, he can make on-time and on-target passes. He's a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game.
Here's man. The Raptors getting the bucket. Smith outside. Clock at 6. And Smith with the stuff.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. The Raptors have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And there's a foul called on Trey Mann. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Battle, covered by Smith. Here's Mobo, and he jams it with authority.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Now, here is Smith. He's got 5. Man with it. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 3. Smith with a wide open look. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Raptors. They trail by 7. Pass to Battle. Now here's Quickly. Defended by Man. Here's Mobo. Offline with his 3. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They play. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. Ingram outside. From deep. Good on the triple.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots.
Ball kicks to Bridges. That's tipped. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself. And the dunk by Barnes.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, during the break, listen in with Charles Lee and his team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. When the 3 goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Wily move by Ingram, able to come up with the foul and get that shot in the air.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Charlotte.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, and thus far, it's paying off.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Making the most of the screen, that's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Boy, it's a joy to watch Ingram as he's developed. One of the hardest working players in the game.
And it's Miller with the jam.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Ingram. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside, Ball. Offensive rebound. Williams finds Miller. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Charlotte leading by 5. Dick with it. He's against Miller. Boucher passes to Ingram. Boucher with a screen on Bridges. Ingram outside. 3-pointer. And the 3-ball is good.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Outside, Ball. Out to Miller. 1:52 left in the 4th quarter. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Near the 3-point line, it's Ingram. Down to the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And calm. Brandon Ingram. Wow.
The kick out to Williams. Here's a Kogi. Williams passes to Ball. 6 to shoot. Williams has a screen for Ball. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
LaMelo living the life. That is a big-time bucket. Go ahead.
It's Ingram on the wing. Defended by Bridges. Ingram passes to Barnes. Here's Boucher.
That's a crafty move by Mr. Boucher. Baits the defense with the up fake, gets the whistle. That is textbook basketball.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so Boucher nails both of them.
And that makes it a 1-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
Ball surveying the defense. Here's Miller. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Ingram finds Dick. Back to Ingram. There's 39 seconds left in the game. Here's Dick. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And you look at Grady Dick's physical gifts, and you see it's all there. Size, length, careful training, and hard work could make him into something special.
Both good from the line that time.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
LaMelo's ball is never rattled. Doesn't matter how close the score or what the situation. This guy unafraid of big shots.
Dick sets a screen for Ingram. Pass to Dick. The 3. They get it back. Goes back up. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
R.J. Barrett at a critical juncture, no hesitation. Wow.
It's stolen by Barrett. Fast break Toronto. And stolen by Miller. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply